use that experience linked with the character development?
So I used it, so like the customer service with it, is that the customer's always right, and that was like one of the rules that we got told. The customer's always right, and you should just, if they give you a hard time, just bite lip and get on with it.
Okay. What else can you tell us about rehearsal, Jim?
It was quite different than what I expected.
In what way?
I expected to just learn the lines and then just go through it over and over again. Because that was what my interpretation of rehearsal is, just keep going over and over and then adding little bits at a time. But in one rehearsal, we change so many things and we try so many different things and see which one works, instead of doing it and then something wrong popping up and then changing that wrong thing.
So what did you discover from that rehearsal process? You know, you're saying it was a very different experience than you were expecting.
It was a lot more thought-provoking than I thought it was going to be, because I thought we were just going to do it and then we get told what was wrong and then we had to fix that. But we did it several times, but you'd give us a different intention each time, and then we'd have to decide which one we like and then which one we play upon.
Is there one that sticks in your mind more than others?
What, rehearsal?
Yeah.
The one with the mat, because that was the most drastic one. It was like the most obvious one where we changed loads of things at different times.
Okay, so when we were first rehearsing the kind of Thisbe
because we didn't know whether to have curtains come across, or whether we sat on stage, or whether we survey the wings and come one by one, go off the wings. But we found out that there's a lot of problems come up with like certain things. So at the start, we didn't know with the curtains. We tried with mats to hide ourselves, instead of all the audience seeing us on stage all the time. And we found that it's really hard to do that because we have to keep switching who holds the mat, who goes on, who comes off, and then, but that was before we had the costumes, and if we would have had the costumes on as well, it would have made it 10 times harder. And if we went off on the wings and then came back on, it would take too long to do all of that. It would be like an energy, there wouldn't be enough energy going through it if we spent so much time coming on and off. So we decided all to sit on stage, but the problem with that was how we were going to sit, where we were going to sit, and how we would bring everything on. So we decided to sit like in a semicircle and bring everything on the start all at once, and then just carry on with it.
So what did that illustrate to the audience?
That we were unorganised, messy, late, and maybe late towards it, and just very unprofessional.
Okay. Why did your character? Why have they joined the Mechanicals? Why are they? Why are they in an amateur dramatics company?
Because I felt that my character, because he's worked in that space of just stress, it would be a sense of relief to do something else than work. Because most of the time, if you work in something like that, it's the only thing you do every day. Also, it would be he'd want to prove himself. I thought he'd want to prove himself to somebody else. Maybe to prove people wrong and say that he's not just a fast food employee, he can do other stuff. And also to maybe, if it goes well, get a better life from it. And then move out of just 0 contract hours to something else.
Okay. You got a performance evaluation, Jim?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Okay. So at the start of each show, I thought this was for me, it's the atmosphere. I wasn't too stressed about it, whereas everybody else was panicking, and on the first night, I didn't feel out of control at all. So I felt that because I knew all my lines, I knew the intentions because we did it so much, that if everything, like if all the props and stuff go smoothly, it would be a smooth show. So that's the initial thought that I had. But I also felt over the 6 individual shows, I personally felt I was quite consistent with every show, so I didn't differ too much. Whereas, like the improvisation in some of it differed throughout the whole show.
And what, you know, you were playing in a comic role. How did the audiences differ?
That was one of the only things that I was quite worried about, is how the audience was going to be every night. But then I got my head around the fact that even if we did only get a couple of laughs, it wouldn't be that bad. But if it would have completely flopped, it would have been worse. But over most of the nights, it was alright. Some of the nights were definitely better than others, and some of them felt like they were very bad. But I had confidence in like the last scene that we'd get a few laughs at least. So I was worried about the audience for like the first couple of shows, but then as I started doing it more, and like I knew after we had like 3 different types of audiences, I knew like what I had to do for the other 3.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So the like older audience, it wasn't all about the silly like throwing yourself across the stage and like comedic, like running around, but it was more like the little things like the Saki comments, which made them laugh more. Whereas when we did the performance to the school, it was everything going wrong with making them laugh at the last scene. So it was like the blocks when it was taking very long to come off, setting up, and then just being silly, like Sunny and Maddie running around made them laugh. Whereas the night before, it might have not made some people laugh, but the Saki comments would have.
Jude,
Yeah.
you've got a massive change to career.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. From doing this course, from doing your FNP, what transferable skills would you say that you've developed? Yeah? That you're then going to be able to use in the RAF?
Well, working with a group has definitely been one of the main ones. So doing the rehearsals with everyone in the same space, and like learning how to deal with people, because I remember dealing over the performances, everybody was so stressed, and I like thought to myself, because I wasn't too stressed, I thought to myself like, well, it's kind of like a little bit my job to make sure everybody's alright.
And how did you do that, Jim? What strategies did you use? What tools? What techniques?
So with the performances, with like I'd go around and like people would be stressed and stuff, and then I'd tell them like there's only a little bit more to go, and you've already done it this many times. So I tell them the stuff that they've already done outweighs the stuff that they've got left to do, and so that there wasn't that much more stress like they need, and they've already done it perfectly this many times. It won't hurt for them to do that. Also, learning how to deal with someone. So, for example, Jago, he just instead of like chasing after him, just let it cool off, rather than going and then provoking him more. Just leave it, and you need to know like when to leave people. And especially with some of the girls, a lot of them start crying over the stress. But just asking, not necessarily yourself, but asking people that are good mates with them if they go see if they're alright. Just genuinely looking out for everyone.
Okay.
Is there anything else that you talked about? Transferable skill being working with other people.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Also, it was like a little bit leadership quality, but I did a little bit, but that's probably where I fall, because I've done a little bit of it, but I don't like doing it.
Wait, so go on.
Because when I I don't mind contributing to a group, I'm happy to do that, but when people turn around and say, "Oh, Jude, tell us what to do," I get a bit like, I didn't really know. So if somebody, so I couldn't be a stage manager and tell people what to do because I just wouldn't like doing it.
But Jude, you've got aspirations to become an officer.
I know.
You're going to
Well,
have to give instructions
yeah.
and to take a lead, aren't you?
But that's something that I feel I'm hoping that I develop.
Okay.
That's why I didn't want to go straight into it because I wouldn't know how to deal with it. But it hasn't helped me this year, especially with like some of the projects where we had to take. So the one I did with Molly and Maddie.
Yeah.
Junk. We had like quite a challenge group because we all struggle with English quite a lot, but we managed to like give out sections. So it wasn't just me giving it all, but I did take control in some parts.
But you took leadership at times with the actual kind of like creating of costumes with the mechanicals,
Yeah.
didn't you?
Only with my costume though.
But you also played an instrumental role in problem solving at points.
Because we had a problem with the music with Alfred.
Yeah.
That we had to sort out, and I was the only proper one with musical experience of like bars, of like music reading and stuff like that, and figure out how many beats when it was in a bar and how to fit that in, because everybody else was 16 but mine was 22.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out, so mine over 4 times, mine was longer, so that's why I went on at the start, and that's why Rosie had to come in when I hadn't finished, because mine was longer, but everybody else's was the same as Rosie's, so Rosie would come and cut me off.
Okay.
So we had to figure that out as well.
Right.
Is there anything else you've learned about yourself other than
Learned about myself. Really quite irritated at some points in time. With the like long, so the technical rehearsals, I blow all my energy out within the first like 6 hours, and then for the rest, the last like however many hours it was, I'd be like really tired and like quite irritable. So people would like come in and I'd just try and like block everyone out and just, yeah.
Thanks, Jude.
No worries.